Hello guys, and welcome to a new series that I'm going to be doing. It is called NHL Redrafting. I got this idea from NHL as they were doing some redrafting as well. Basically, what redrafting is you look at a draft year. For this one, I'm going to be doing 2005. You look at the draft year, and you look at the players that were picked throughout the whole draft, and then you say, where would I pick these players? Now, I'm going to be doing the top 10 players here. So, alright, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here, got someone here. Here we go. Boom, zoomed in right there. Sidney Crosby. Yeah, he'd be going first overall in real life to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 05. I keep that the same. No way I'm going to change that. Yeah. Now, on to number 2, where Anaheim has the pick, and in real life, they picked Bobby Ryan with this pick. Let's see what I chose. And with the number 2 overall selection with the Anaheim Ducks, I see Carey Price going to the Ducks. I compiled a list of players here, and he's by far, like, the best player on that list, other than Crosby. Like, some could have even had him going number 1. He's that great of a goaltender. And, yeah, I think if he hadn't gotten injured this year, the Montreal Canadiens would have made the playoffs. But, yeah, he's that great of a goaltender. And just, can you imagine him on the Ducks? I mean, their goaltender situation would be worse than it already is. Actually, it did just get better because the Leafs got Anderson from the Ducks. Yeah, Carolina is on the clock, so let's see who they take with the number 3 pick. With the number 3 pick, the Carolina Hurricanes would take Anze Kopitar. Now, Anze Kopitar, in real life, he went 11th. So yeah, I think he's good enough to move up to 3. And yeah, he's was nominated for some trophies this year, but I really do think this guy's good enough to be picked 3rd. Not ahead of Crosby or Price, but still good enough, right in there for 3rd. And imagine where Carolina would be today if they had Anze Kopitar on their team. I think they'd be doing pretty well. And Minnesota is on the clock. Let's see who they pick. With the 4th overall selection, the Minnesota Wild would select Tuukka Rask, the big-time goalie who's in Boston in real life, in Beantown. Now, if things had went perfectly, he would have been in Minnesota. I think he was good enough to go ahead of a lot of these guys here on the list. But yeah, very good goaltender. Big for Boston. If he was in Minnesota, Minnesota probably would have done a lot better than they have in recent years. And now Montreal is on the clock. Let's see who they go with. With the 5th pick, the Montreal Canadiens select Jonathan Quick. I couldn't find Quick's normal photo, so I just used this one. Slapped a Habs logo on it. Not my best work, but it'll do. Quick, I could see going to the 5th overall to Montreal. Now, alright, before you all get all pissed at me, why did Tuukka Rask go before Jonathan Quick? I think Tuukka Rask is better than Jonathan Quick. I think Tuukka Rask is a very good goaltender, but didn't have a great team in front of him. And Quick is a pretty good goaltender, but did have a good team in front of him. That's why LA made it farther than Boston. It's because Boston doesn't have a team. Boston just has Tuukka. Pretty much. I mean, they got Bergeron, and so they got some other decent players, but it's pretty much Tuukka Rask defensively. So this is why I have Quick going 5. Now it's with the 6th pick. It's the Columbus Blue Jackets on the clock. Let's see who they go for. With the 6th overall selection, the Columbus Blue Jackets select T.J. Oshie. Now, man, T.J. Oshie going to Columbus. Ooh, yeah, man. He was a late first rounder, and I think he's good enough to jump up to 6. He's a very, very good hockey player. Great in the shootout. Yeah, he won the U.S. versus Russia game in the Olympics. In Sochi. So yeah, he's in 14. So he's a very, very good hockey player. Some could have had him going as high as 3, I think, but I put him here. And Chicago is next on the clock. Let's see who they go for. And with the 7th overall pick, the Chicago Blackhawks select Ben Bishop. Now, I don't know if you can tell us the Blackhawks logo, but you can kind of, by Ben Bishop's neck, you can see the start of the Blackhawks logo. But yes, they take Ben Bishop, another goalie in this draft. This draft was very deep with goaltenders and good players for that. And yeah, I don't really see much else that Chicago would need here. This is probably the next best guy on the list. This guy, there's serious talks about him getting the Vezina this year. And yeah, why not? He's like, 6'8", very good goalie, but I think Holtby should get it, but yeah. Yeah, why not? You can't really go wrong with Ben Bishop there. And San Jose is next on the clock. With the 8th overall selection, the San Jose Sharks select James Neal. Now, some of you might question, why is James Neal going at 8? I think he's a very good hockey player, personally. I mean, yes, there are some other good guys in here, but I like James Neal. I think he's a very good hockey player, and yeah, heading to San Jose. Now, I'm only going to be doing the top 10 players for this draft. We're on to number 9, where Ottawa is on the clock. I think you guys will like this one. With the 9th overall selection, the Ottawa Senators select Bobby Ryan. This guy went 2 to the Ducks, and then was later traded to the Senators in years. I don't know, I think it was like 13 or something like that, and later years was traded to Ottawa, but yes, I have the Senators taking him here, and I thought, why not use the old Ottawa logo? I kind of like it, and because I didn't want it to be the exact same as now. So yeah, Bobby Ryan heading to Ottawa. Now, Vancouver is on the clock with the last pick of the top 10. With the 10th pick, the Vancouver Canucks select Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Now, I couldn't find his team photo, so again, just slapped on the Canucks logo. There we go. Right there. Yeah, I think Vlasic, I mean, some of you may think, why is Vlasic going 10? He should be going like 6 or something like that. Like, I've never been a fan, personally, of Marc-Edouard Vlasic. He's never been just a player I've liked. He's a good player, but just never been a player I liked. So, yeah, I don't know. I dropped him a little lower because I don't think he's as great as people say he is. I mean, with that, I haven't seen him play too much, but when I have, I've just never been a fan. So some of the other big players in this draft were Andre Pavlik going 41st, Justin Advocator 42nd, Paul Stastny going 44th, Christopher Letang going 62nd. He should probably get up in there a little higher, but this is such a very good draft. Chris Russell going 67th, Cody Franzen going 79th, Captain Keith Yandel, who was recently traded to Florida for nothing, is going 105th. Nicholas Hjalmarsson went 108, and dead freaking last, 7th round, 230th overall, everybody above him, nobody below him, Patrick Hornquist went dead last, and he's good enough to go in the first round. So Yeah, everybody made a mistake on him except for Nashville in the 7th round. But yeah, I would like to thank you guys so very much for watching. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. It took me a long time to really make up and everything. So yeah, I would like to thank you guys so very much for watching. And yeah, draft coming up in Buffalo. Let me know if you guys want me to do any more of these and any more years that you would want me to do. Preferably years in the 2000s. Like, can't tell me, like 2013. I don't think they're really, developed enough yet. But I would like to thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.